put in that sort of protection, do you just leave it there for your way back, or you haul everything out with you? Or ice screws are just, you just throw them away? Is that
No, like usually screws, they cost like $70, so
okay.
we don't like to leave them behind. So what we do is we take a 20-centimeter ice screw, go in at a 45-degree angle, and then you just thread a piece of rope through,
Okay.
small, short length, and that gives you an anchor.
Actually, the ice screw is not there. What you're using is you're using the actual ice itself.
Yeah.
And you're confident in that? Is there a way of telling if the ice is going to hold?
Yeah, we do test them. Yeah.
Right.
We have a backup ice screw, and then you put all your weight and just jump into the anchor and hope it holds.
Okay. So you do that in a safe way where if it doesn't hold...
Yeah, you got to back up always.
Oh,
yeah.
I see. Right. Right. Wow, that's pretty elaborate. So you've had some actually training for this, right? You've actually dealt with crevasses before. This is not just a hobby kind of thing for you.
Yeah, I've been to several courses in Blue River where we do full-on training, and I have had one event on the same mountain this spring where a friend of mine went into a crevasse and we had to do a little rescue there. So
this was like a demo kind of thing where you were...
Yeah. No, it was full-on real.
It was real?
He actually fell in, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's one small crack that I was leading. I stepped into, and then I was like, oh yeah, there's a hole here. And then Buddy Crosby came up behind me, and he stepped into the same one. I don't know how, but
wow.
We're lucky it wasn't a big bridge or nothing.
Right. In advance, right? This thing is active.
Yeah, it's always changing. Barry Blanchard, he's a mountain guide that's been up there for years, and he said on the roof, which is the section right above the cane face, there, back in the day, he used to just short rope it with his clients, and he said he'd never even consider that now just because of the way the glacier's changed and it's so much more exposed than it used to be.
What is a short rope? What is that technique?
It's just you're using two guys on a shorter length of rope, right? And it's just faster way of moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about your partner. You must have great faith in the fellow that you with.
Yeah, Crosby. He's a awesome ski guide mountaineer. He's been doing it for probably almost 12 years now, and he's just going for his ACMG assistant alpine guide. So he's on course right now.
Okay, right on.
Yeah. That was training for him. Yeah.
Okay, a leader in the field kind of thing, or somebody who's really on his way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's interesting. What was physically? What was the most difficult part of the trip?
I'd have to say the Kinney Lake Trail was pretty technical. You know, I wouldn't mind if Parks would widen it a little bit. Actually.
All right, easy now. No, honestly, what was the most difficult part?
Oh, just probably getting up the cane faces. It's quite strenuous on the calves and arms. It's a good.
How steep is it?
It's 50 degrees, I think.
Oh.
It's up there. Like you're front pointing the whole way, and it's 7 60-meter rope lengths on ice. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so, I know. I mean, I've actually covered people being caught before at different times, at different places, right? And I guess there's different places that you want to be on the mountain at different times, right? Is any of did you have that? Did you have to schedule yourself so you need to be here by nightfall, so in the morning you can get this before it gets active in the afternoon, like that?
Yeah. Like on summit day, we always slept in on summit day until 4:30 in the morning. We were supposed to leave at 3 in order to get to the summit in time. So we were pretty much late the whole day.
Right.
Summited at 3, which most parties would have turned around about 2 hours before that.
Okay. Okay, right.
And so we didn't end up getting back until the dark either, which was...
Wow.
We spent the last hour and a half climbing over a steep ridge in the dark on fresh snow, which really sucked.
How far up was that?
That's probably 10,000 feet.
Gee whiz.
Yeah.
So you did get caught out. The time was a factor, and there was some danger.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been as bad. Like normally the route we take would only take about 12 hours, but because it was white out the whole way up, we couldn't see anything. We didn't know. Neither of us had been up there before, so we didn't know the route that well, and it just took a lot more time getting up there.
What sort of backup do you have? Do you have a sat phone? Do you take a sat phone, a GPS?
No, we didn't actually bring anything.
No, okay.
Too expensive and heavy.
Okay. Well, tell me, and you guys needed to camp up there, so you needed what? You needed to bring a stove and a camp pack, and you needed like a sleeping bag.
Yeah, we had
thermarest, and you know.
Yeah, we brought bivy sacks, which is basically like a one-man tent without the poles and everything.
Okay.
And we got a couple of friends of ours to help us carry gear to the toe of the glacier.
Okay.
Which saved a lot. Crosby's girlfriend Rosie and Devin Wold, local guy from town.
Wow.
They packed about half of our gear right to the toe of the glacier, which saved a lot of energy.
Right. So you have more to make the attack, but you've got to pick that up and now take it up the most difficult part of the mountain.
Yeah.
Holy crow. That's incredible. How big was the expedition in the sense, like in terms of things that you've done?
It's the biggest trip I've ever done in the mountains. So
wow.
it was definitely, it's not the longest trip, but it was the most, like the epic, highest trip ever. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. And I mean, you're no stranger to the mountains, right? Your parents have been taking you to the mountains, and you've been in the mountains since what age? Like, when was your earliest touring trip through the splendid Rockies here?
Oh, I'm sure my dad would have been taking us there when we were kids, 6 years old kind of thing. Wow. Yeah.
So if somebody wants to get to get in shape or whatever to do, like what sort of training do you think? Do you think you need to be an apprentice for one of these programs like yourself?
No, you're doing it, right? You go up, climb a peak, just keep working up, and the people you meet will show you the ropes. It just comes naturally.
Right on. Did Parks have anything to say about your ascent, or did you tell them you're going, or?
They had something to say to us about biking up the Berg Lake Trail.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was about it, though.
That's frowned upon because of traffic, or because you might hit somebody on the way down, or?
You're not supposed to bike past Kinney Lake.
Okay. Did you have a backup plan in case anything? Did you tell people expect us out on this day, or send a taxi?
Happy people plan actions, not results.
Wow. Okay. What does that mean?
No, we didn't have a plan.
You didn't have a backup plan.
No, we didn't.
Just try to be prepared.
Yeah,
you just do it right.
Be prepared and take your time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. How cold was it up on Mount Robson? Was it like 20 degrees?
It's actually really warm for
really?
that elevation. Yeah.
Like, give an example.
-10 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that was probably the coldest.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's decent, but that's and during the day, how warm would it get?
It got up to above 0 there.
Wow.
On the way down, yeah.
Wow. And do you start to see things change as a?
Yeah. The snow gets really soft, and then it balls up on your crampons.
Okay.
So instead of nice spikes, you have these big soft balls of ice. Which are
on top of a mountain.
Yeah. It makes
what
it a
was
little more
the view
interesting.
like on top of?
Oh, the view was horrible on top.
Oh, it was just.
Could only see about 10 feet off each side.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't even know we were on the top in the beginning. We had to keep on walking until it started going down the other way to figure out if we were on top.
Crazy. Now tell me, this was also done on the anniversary of a particularly important hike.
Yeah, Conrad Kane and 2 others summited Robson the same route, pretty much to the day 100 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why did they choose that route?
Because it looked like the easiest, simplest route.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes, it is actually.
Okay.
Yeah. It's gotten a little more difficult over the years. Like, we didn't go through the Mouse Trap, which is where they went, because back then the glacier was a lot more filled in and there's a lot less cracks.
Right.
So we just avoided that whole area by going up the Robson, the Splendid Col.
Right on. What's your next, or if anything, do you have any other big trips planned, or I mean, this is amazing because it's right in your backyard. I mean, really, it's just over there, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to go to Kilimanjaro or anything like this. I mean, this challenge is sitting right there. Is there anything else that you're interested in doing, or?
Yeah, there's a few other 11,000 footers, like Whitehorn's right beside Robson, and
okay.
I wanted to do it as a warm up to Robson, but as it turns out, Robson's going to be a warm up to Whitehorn, so
okay. Yeah.
if we go up there next weekend or something.
Great. Thanks so much for coming in and telling us about your trip.
Yeah, right on.
Sweet.
Thanks, Andrew.